You are now tuned into the DFPN, the Dat Feelin Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the Smoke Pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Makk and Mac, welcome to the Smoke Pit.
Yo, what is up, Pitmasters? Welcome back. You made it through the work week. This was a long motherfucking work week for sure. Well, this work week wasn't bullshit, boy. That bitch was hitting. You gonna earn your money this week. But you made it. Welcome back to episode 56 of the Smoke Pit. It is I, bred like a king, made as Kelvin Cayley, along with my host,
Mac, aka your boy, aka the homie. Episode 56?
56, bro.
Oh,
56.
Bro. You know, have you thought about it? That we are closer to 100 than we are to 1 at this point.
Yeah.
That blew my mind when I thought about it today, man. Like we're on the downhill portion to 100.
Yeah.
Then we are back to 1. We in there, baby. We in there.
We are in there. But we got a good show for y'all tonight. First, let's get the sponsors out of the way. Go to www.gettheplugs.com. Enter in code DFPN10 for a 10% discount. Shout out to Audio Swim. Go to www.audioswim.com. $5 a track will get you and all your homies who aspire to do music very horribly or very good out into the world to be heard. So go to that site, plug it in, and then shout out to Premier Element UAE. Shout out to Shorty Pimp 305, who was on the salute, one of the founders of Premier Element. So shout out to him. If you need their representation, for all you guys that need it, I highly suggest y'all check out that episode of the salute with him. It's called Homecoming. He's dropped some jewels on that bitch. So if you need that representation, they do sports. They're getting into the movies now. They're everywhere now. So go to premierelement.com. Sign up today to get your representation. Shout out to the Dat Feelin family. Go to www.datfeelin.bandcamp.com and check out all the music that we have up there. Special announcement, since announcements are overrated, and I just feel like making an announcement today. So tonight,
I was gonna do it for you if you ain't say shit. I was gonna say something. If you ain't say something, I was gonna say
tonight at midnight Pacific, because we are doing the Smoke Pit. I gotta make sure everything's good after this. So tonight at midnight Pacific, we will be dropping 2 new tracks from myself. I will be dropping 2 new tracks, one called Strange Land and the other is called Only You, which is featuring my good friend and very talented singer, Mr. E. Smitty. I'm very excited for both of those tracks. So midnight, go to that website and you will be able to hear these 2 new tracks. This and many other episodes are available on our Patreon. So go to www.patreon.com/datfeelinpodcast. Another hint, the rant is now on the Patreon. So go check out that and many other ad-free episodes that we have. And then finally, you see us rocking the merch. You see everybody else that's doing the podcast rocking the merch. Go to the Teespring to get that at teespring.com. Search for Dat Feelin Podcast, or you could just go to this link and you'll be able to go straight to the merch that we have available. So, Mac,
Yes.
let's get into this show, my friend.
Yes. Oh my God.
First things first. We had we had the verses no one asked for.
Bro, talk
the
about
the verses no one asked for, but we got the shit any fucking. JaRule versus Fat Joe. And as far as verses go, this was not their best effort. But in the grand scheme of things, did JaRule wash Fat Joe in this versus, or did he wash Fat Joe in this versus?
Now, are you asking me for my opinion?
Yes, please. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. Because, ladies and gentlemen of the Pitmasters, first of all, just let me say, shout out to Pitmaster Jamie, Brian, and Jen. Yes. Lauren jumped in here as well. Also, Lauren, your husband, Carl, aka Goonie, Pitmaster Goonie, he was at the call sign night with me. That's why we're running late, ladies and gentlemen. We had a call sign night at the training unit. It was a good time, getting ready, to kind of carry on the legacy and the tradition of our career field in the Air Force. So it was a good thing, a good time, a lot of good dudes named. But Danielle Swanson, thank you for joining in as well. She knows about the call sign nights, but
welcome.
I was not going to watch this verse initially, right? Because because we talked about, and this was the podcast that you missed because you were in for whatever reason. It was weird because you were in New York when the last verse happened, the Locks versus Dip, which happened in New York. Like, you were in New York State. You weren't in New York. Were you in New York City?
No. I was upstate.
Okay. So that versus happened, and everybody's like, the Locks, like, and we can be real here. Jada won. Jada won that verse.
Not the Locks, Jada.
I mean, it officially the Locks won. Because I don't want to sit here and act like Styles P ain't a problem. Sheik just rolls with some good company. You know what I'm saying? Sheik rolls with some good Sheik rolls with some good company. I'll say that. Okay? He knows how to pick his friends. We'll say Sheik knows how to pick his friends. However, when that versus came to an end, there was a reason the post videos, I don't know if you saw them when they went back in the locker room and they made Jada put on the jacket and hold the thing to Kobe winning his first championship. There's a reason they didn't put that jacket on Styles. There's a reason they didn't put that jacket on Sheik.
Agreed.
Jada is a problem, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? It's a problem. And here's the thing. So after that versus, the internet was there are some Pitmasters in here who thought Dipset did some work, that it wasn't as big as a wash as it is. At the end of the day, I think everybody is in consensus with the Locks one. It might not have been as big as a deficit as how I see it as, but at the end of the day, I don't think there's a legit person who is sitting here saying Dipset won that versus.
Right.
So the next day, Fat Joe does a video on the verses, and he's talking about how Jada murked it, how it's the mecca of hip hop. Jada came with the shit, the Locks came with the shit, Dipset just didn't have the shit, right? Because when you're doing shit in New York, like, they like the street shit, right? They like the street shit, they like the grimy shit. They fuck with a couple of commercial shit, but they just wasn't fucking, like, Jada just has this aura about him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just be like, this is my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like street dudes be like, he relates to what I'm doing. I fucks with this dude. So he had a whole thing like, and his biggest takeaway I took from that video, when he was giving us the breakdown of last night, or the Dipset Locks battle. His big thing was, yo, if you're trying to get Jada, the price today to get him is not the same price as it was yesterday. Because he just upped.
Yeah, his stock went up.
His stock went way the fuck up. Almost to the point where now I'm looking at whenever this tour comes through with Dipset and the Locks, like I am looking for tickets to see Jada. Like the rest of
right.
If you want to get up there and hey ma, what's up? Let's ride, we get it. Like cool, but I'm going for bars, for Jada's bars.
Give me these bars, bro.
Yes. This Versus, I need to look into who comes up with the nominees for this shit.
Like, you know what? Half the time it's just posts, and we'll get to why I think that is. It's
okay.
Just, they look at posts and be like, "Is this shit popping? All right, let's do it." And for some odd reason, I don't know why this one came up, but it came up. We did not need this Versus at all. We didn't need it.
Yeah, because the streets was not asking for this.
No.
The streets weren't asking. The social media was not asking. I don't know who is looking for Fat Joe in a Versus.
No one.
And here's where I'm at. I want to say I still am the biggest component of giving JaRule all the shit possible from you. Empty your fucking JaRule jokes out on this dude for investing in this Fyre Fest, and then watching this documentary about the Fyre Fest and seeing what he participated in and what he screwed. And the reason I don't go too hard on him is because most of the motherfuckers who went to the Fyre Fest was sedity rich white people, and I'm not racist, but like, bro, you ain't got nothing better to spend all this money on than go to fucking watch Major Lasers and JaRule, and you know, the Kardashians was like, I'm gonna be there. Like, y'all just had tens of thousands of dollars to be like, oh, I'll go watch these motherfuckers. Y'all ain't had nothing. Like, good for y'all. Y'all wanted the floss because y'all was gonna go there and post on y'all Instagram stories. Y'all living y'all best life, and y'all went there. Y'all posted pictures of bologna sandwiches and fruit cocktails and shit. So good for y'all. I don't feel bad for y'all. Fuck
they gave them motherfuckers juicy juice, bro.
No sugar in it. 100% juice. Bro, juicy juice is trash. I will let y'all know that off the rip. Honest Tree, juicy juice, anything where it's like 100% juice, like, bro, if y'all don't put some fucking corn syrup, you know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers a wink. That's fucked up.
But here we go. I'm not gonna say JaRule didn't have hits though.
Exactly.
Like I would be the biggest fronter in the history of podcasting if I was to come on this show and be like, JaRule don't have hits, because he got chart hits. He got chart topping hits, and that was made more aware during this Versus.
Mm-hmm.
Fat Joe, the streets ain't checking for you, bro. Like, I don't know who gassed Fat Joe up.
You could win.
Think in Fat Joe's head, this is what Fat Joe thought. Fat Joe looked at JaRule like he was Dipset, like he had commercial hit. Mm-hmm. Fat Joe was like, I'm the streets. And Fat Joe realized he was not the streets. Fat Joe quickly realized, because I'm wearing fucking pants and fucking black Timbs and a fucking jacket and these chains, the streets gonna respect me. Like, Nobody was checking for you, Fat Joe. I'm gonna let you talk about it a little bit before I further get into why I have an issue with Fat Joe. But obviously, I think me and you are on the same page with JaRule wash this dude, Fat Joe.
Oh, yeah.
On his... So I'm gonna let you talk about it real quick.
First and foremost, I want to ask the Pitmasters a question. Like, honestly, how many Fat Joe songs y'all know? Like, how
Lean
many?
Back. Lean Back
Right.
and What's Love.
Not even what? Yeah, What's Love. We'll give them What's Love. We'll give them What's Love. But what else? What else? That's it. That's it. You had no fucking business, dog. When he was playing the shit, I was like, "What? I've never heard this song before." Like, I'm like questioning myself. Like, did I really just not check for Fat Joe at all, or does he just not have hits? You know what I mean? Like, he don't have shit. Like, nothing. You really gotta be from New York and grew up in like 94 to 97 to know what the fuck Fat Joe, his catalog looks like. Cause I had no idea. Meanwhile, Josh just throwing out hit after hit after hit after hit. Then by the time Ashanti got out there, I'm like, wash. Wash.
They sharing Ashanti for hits. You know what I'm saying? He was out there trying to share Ashanti, like, sing my hit. And then John was like, nah, nigga, we got way more hits. Yeah, her. I found Ashanti. Yeah. I signed Ashanti, nigga. Like,
I did you this favor.
Yes.
I did you this favor.
I brought her here to help you, my guy.
Then somebody shared a meme of rapping Porky Pig, and it looked just like Fat Joe. Yeah, I was like, y'all wildin', the fuck out. Y'all wildin'. But the whole thing to me, like, it begged the question out of me, like, watching this verse. So I was like, how greasy did 50 Cent do JaRule? Because the dude had hits. Obviously, they still hit today because a lot of the people rock with the shit at the verse.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn. Did 50 really take JaRule's career? Like, that's some grimy shit. That is some really grimy shit. Ended his career and did the same shit.
Cause name a person hotter than JaRule at that time.
At that time, no one.
Everything Ja did that he put on the radio was instant top 10 Billboard.
Yep.
Top 10 in the charts. Popular song in America. He found this balance of the R&B and the rap. Like grimy, but not too grimy. But then it was this weird balance that he found that worked. And I'm trying to think, because he was on there like, I'm the first singing dude. I'm the first singing rapper. I started this. And I'm trying to think, before him, like, nobody was really doing that.
Nah, the closest you had was Bone. And shit, that was it.
They wasn't nowhere near what Ja was doing. Like, we look at Bone, we respect what they did, but Ja was every summer for like 6 years, dog.
Like, killing it.
Ja was doing it.
He was killing it.
Ja was doing it.
He had the market. He had a market good no one had.
Yeah. And he was hood enough, street enough to still get the street dudes on there, like Jay, like DMX, like you know what I'm saying? Like he was getting them shits. And like 50 just stopped him. Like the momentum Ja had,
like,
and for
dead
50
in this track.
Up-and-comer dude who hasn't had a studio album, had some mixtapes, came out and just ended him.
Yep. Quick.
And I played a part in that. Like 50 influenced me to stop listening to Ja.
He did. Because I was like, damn, that's fucked up.
50 made it seem like I would get made fun of if I kept listening to JaRule. And I was like, I don't want to get clowned. I can't have my boys get in my car and hear fucking,
girl, your face, your eyes. Fuck out of my car. The fuck out of here.
Exactly. Get in my car, be like, where are we going? Love it when you touch me, baby. Those lips, those eyes. I'll be like, hey, let me just change this record real quick. My bad, guys.
Oh man, my girl was riding in the car, man. My bad.
Apple had used this. Apple was driving the car before I had came to work, so that's you know.
That's why it's like that.
That's why it's in the deck. Bro,
try to tell us start listening to 50.
JaRule got out there, and I was like, as corny as these songs are. Because I listened to it and I was just like, he out here like, this the Mecca of hip hop, New York. Let's go. Blah, blah, blah. Always there when you call. I'm always on time. Like, you kept saying it's the Mecca of hip hop. Like when Jada was saying it was the Mecca of hip hop and he would spit bars. Like, it's a difference. You want to announce Mecca of hip hop? We in the garden and spit Jada Kiss bars? I'm just like, oh, this is hip hop.
It hit way harder when Jay.
Yeah, when you hear Mecca,
way harder.
It's different when it comes from an actual MC.
Right.
I'm not saying JaRule is not successful, that he's not popular, that he's not an MC. Jada is what most people who dabble in hip hop would consider a legit MC, a legit rapper. JaRule is an artist. I'm not saying he didn't have rap songs, but he's an artist. And he was smart with it, which is what I don't want to take from him. He was smart. He saw the formula. He saw what worked. He saw what sold. I'm going to do a rap. I'm going to have a catchy, whoever's good in R&B at this point. J-Lo, she popular. I'm going to do some songs with her. Ashanti, she hot. She on my label. Every other song on my record gonna be with her singing a hook or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring Little Mo on here. I'm gonna sing songs for the ladies. Like half of my album will be songs for the ladies. The other half will be for the dudes. That way dudes will buy it. Ladies will buy it. He was Drake before Drake. If I could say that.
Very much. Very much.
If I could say that.
No, you're right. You're right.
Johnson's take the right picks for the hook. JaRule and Irv Gotti knew the formula and they rode that shit the fuck out, and that shit was working until 50 Cent showed up and fucked it up. Looking at Fat Joe, he knew in no universe should Fat Joe be like, I want to get on a versus.
None.
Every
parallel universe, he is getting wild.
Man told, when my man was up there, Fat Joe was like, you singing these old ass songs, man. Like, you got hits from 20. I got hits today. And he rolled out with fucking All the Way Up with Remy Ma. I'm like, I don't know if that dude knows that really wasn't a hit. You know, like that single there is not as big as anything JaRule had. Like, nobody was really checking for All the Way Up like you think they was.
No. You know what version of All the Way Up I checked for? The one with Jay-Z on it.
The remix? Not even
Didn't care for that. Didn't care for it. Until Jay was on it, I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And
even then,
Jay verse went off. Skip. We're hitting the
I don't know why Fat Joe thinks he's still out here. Like, nobody fucks. Like, then oh my god, the part where they was just like, Fat Joe was like, that's the end of round one, we need an intermission. JaRule's like, the fuck is you talking about? Like, this is round 10. Like, nigga, we just went back and forth like 12 times. Like, we talk about round 2. Like,
I know I'm gonna make
where's you going? And then there was like another 30-minute fucking intermission where like some random dude came up there while DJs were playing songs trying to keep that shit killed it for me. Like that, like I can't fucking fuck with verses if you just ain't gonna have them dudes go bar like song for song. He's like, I gotta go change my clothes, and he came out in an even more ridiculous outfit that even lost more credibility from me. He came out there with them orange glasses and them the brown and orange shit. Like, what is you doing? And then he's just like, you're his. And then he did some new shit that I heard probably twice, and like nobody was fucking with it. Nope. And then JaRule was like, bro, ain't nobody fucking with. Like when like I posted a post
when he has the balls to say something like that, knowing he ain't had a hit in years, you know your shit's trash.
Yes. When you can get a dude where you literally spit legit facts, like JaRule, we haven't heard from you in like 15 years. But then the dude who doesn't have an active catalog can still wash you while you have a quote unquote active catalog. That is saying some shit, Fat Joe. Like,
you need to wrap this shit up because you ain't touching nothing.
Yo, it was blowing my mind watching this shit because I was at work typing some shit up watching it, and I'm just like, bro, like Fat Joe is 100% in the right with, bro, you had a 6-year run. I was doing records before you. I'm making songs after you.
Yeah.
And still you don't have the shit to combat his 6-year run.
You don't.
Come on, man.
And that's the shame of it all. Like, you have nothing for him.
Fat Joe,
I would have loved to see JaRule versus 50. Like, I would have loved
Fat Joe was too hyped after the Dipset Locks shit. Like, he was just like, the streets is out here. I can't, like, I think that was the biggest rude awakening for Fat Joe. Like, bro, because when they were playing their songs and the DJs would, fade the music out to let the crowd jump in for some shit, the crowd knew JaRule shit.
Yep.
Fat Joe, he specific, like there were songs where like his DJ was yelling the hook. And I'm just like, this is where you would fade it out to let the crowd say this part of the song. To let them, and he only did that in the second half when Ashanti would come out and sing his hooks.
Yeah.
All the shit before, like nobody was fucking with this shit. Like he thought he was the Jada in this situation. He thought he was Jada and JaRule's Dipset. And it was the rudest awakening for Fat Joe when he found out the streets don't fuck with him.
Yeah. Sir,
like
we're going to need you to take several seats.
Bring Remy Ma out. The streets don't fuck with Remy either, dog. I'm sorry.
No.
Like, the streets don't fuck with Terror Squad. And he brought out Dre. Not Dr. Dre, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Dre. To sing a hook and do a rap. Like, I'm like, what song is this? You brought a whole human out here to do this hook. and you took up this time that you could have probably rapped another rap. Like, if we just don't get the lean back and What's Love and call it and do New York, which is a feature you had on JaRule's single, bro, like,
go home.
You have to know you don't have what it takes to fuck with y'all. You thought you was the streets. You thought you could come out here and do street shit what Jada did
when I was growing
that
up,
fucked up all of Dipset.
Pascal,
and the streets
And
don't
you
fuck
can't.
with Fat Joe.
arise
The streets don't fuck with Fat
in a
Joe.
room for 30 minutes alone.
It was the most embarrassing thing. And the memes that came out afterwards about how Fat Joe looked being washed by JaRule was ridiculous.
Crushing.
100% ridiculous.
They did not take it easy on him. And they shouldn't have. They should not have. They had every right. Because you had no business being up there.
Know your place.
Yep.
So here's what I would say. Here's what I would ask you. You're an MC. You rap.
Yep.
Obviously, like I always lean to you, to MRK, to Wiz's Beast. because I'm not a rapper. I'm not the one trying to figure out a way to put experiences in my life on paper in a way that relates to other people. Because I feel like I would write some shit that just relates to me, and most motherfuckers won't get it. But I'm just like, this is how I feel. So it's an art. It's a way to try to write some shit that relates to you, but is also relatable to other people. So of the two, Fat Joe and JaRule, what would be a better competition for Fat Joe, and what would be a better competition for JaRule?
All right, let's start with the obvious choice, Fat Joe. Stop doing verses. Don't do it no more. Don't do that shit no more. Pack it up. Yeah, just pack it up. Stay in the crowd. Don't come back up there no more, bro.
So there's no artist, no MC where you feel Fat Joe and him can go bar for bar, song for song.
No.
You think Fat Joe's catalog is that weak?
Yes.
No, Abraham, bro, get out of here. You're super petty ass. If anybody's supposed to be petty, it's supposed to be me and Black this week, man. Yes. You're supposed to be here with me.
Don't do it. Don't go up there no more. Don't go up there no more. Just relax, bro. Go back to podcasting, because I know you're doing that. You're good at that. You have great guests. You give great interviews. Leave it there. Don't leave rap where it was. Stop. For Ja, I would have loved to see Ja versus 50. Because I thought,
that's happening though.
I know it won't happen, but
okay.
If they could find a way to not be petty, and Fat Joe versus Nori, I like that.
Nori's gonna win.
Nori would win, but I like the matchup. I do like.
So you're saying Nori's gonna win? So like, why would you want? Like, when I look at a versus, I'm like, so the one everybody brings up. The one everybody brings up. The only person that can fuck with Dr. Dre is Kanye, and I agree with that shit. Like, if they just going based off of bar, like rapping wise, Dr. Dre is not in the atmosphere of what Kanye did his first 3 albums.
No, 4. We got to put. No, 3. Because
because you saw what I did. Like, Jesus got in the way, or 808s and Heartbreak got in the way of my.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I was going to say 4, but I was like,
wait. I had to think about it.
What I wanted you, what it didn't do, and I was just like, "Oh my God, Kanye, what is this? What is this?"
Hey, 808s and Heartbreak got some shit on it though. Like,
it grew on.
You got to go through a breakup to really understand 808s and Heartbreak. Like, you gotta be going through some shit. Memories made of the coldest winter.
Oh, bro. Now I'm not gonna hold you. It took like months for that shit to like sink in. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing, bro. That shit, that's like an anthem for a reason. Like, for a while. Like, that shit, like certain songs hit you off the rip, like, bow. It's amazing. I'm the reason everybody fired up this season. I'm exalted, barely breathing. I'm the only one that I believe in. No matter what I'm just like, talk your shit, Kanye.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Why you acting like a RoboCop? Why you like a RoboCop? I'm just like, I'm trying, Ye. I'm trying.
You know what? I let Ye slide on this shit because his mom had just passed. But I was like, yeah, his mom just passed. He's grieving. This album is a grief album. So I gave that album a lot of slack. because I could have went in on it. I was like, this is not the Kanye I'm used to. Then he brought it back. He brought it back. He gave us Dark Twisted Fantasy. And I was like, thank God he's back in his bag. Let's go. And then Yeezus, and I'm like, God damn it. Get this man some meds.
Make up your mind, Ye.
Yeah. What are you doing?
You made me love you, Ye. You're supposed to change.
You don't follow up. You don't follow up fucking Dark Twisted Fantasy with this shit. What are you doing? Have my hopes all up. You give us this bullshit.
Oh man. So who did you say for Fat Joe? The most legit, the most logical. Who would you put Fat Joe up against where you could be like, Fat Joe may win? Is there anybody you could think of in hip hop?
Not after watching that Versus. Fat Joe, he has a catalog, and that's great, but his catalog isn't strong. You know what I mean? Like hit wise, he ain't got nothing to mess with nobody. He got like 2 good hits. That's it. Street wise, if you a street cat and you really rock with that shit, somebody said Papoose. Get the fuck out.
You rocking with Fat Joe. You're not from this. Like, I'm not from New York. Now listen, I'm not from New York. I don't know if New York fucks with it. I know he's from the Bronx. I don't know if the Bronx holds loyal to supporting Fat Joe or what. But I came home. I looked at, bro. I still got my CD catalog from back at Eglin. I was at Eglin from 02 to 06, right? No, I was 02 to 07. That's when I was buying CDs for whoever was hot. You know how many JaRule CDs I have compared to how many Fat Joe CDs I have? It's like 5 to 0. 5 to 0.
I had 0.
I have 5 JaRule albums, physical copies of CDs.
Yeah,
0
me too.
Joe.
I even bought The Last Temptation, and I was like, "Well,
that's
shit."
where I stopped at Last Temptation. I didn't buy anything.
Me too.
That.
I was like, Bobby was
but
cool.
I have Fat Joe albums. I have one Big Pun album and no Fat Joe actual him by himself albums.
Yeah,
I have no Fat Joe shit streamed on Amazon. Fat Joe is not an artist I look to. Like when I dial up 90s or 2000s R&B, I get Lean Back.
Yeah,
and
that was the Nighttown anthem.
I get multiple JaRule albums, more singles. So it's just like, I don't know who in Fat Joe's camp told Fat Joe this is the shit. He came out there trying to do the whole Gucci thing, like, I'm gonna go change. I got money, I can change. You said, like, Deontay's in here, the Terror Squad album was a sleeper, but it wasn't better than anything JaRule put out.
Yeah, they had a couple bangers on there, but no.
Scott Storch came and stayed. Right. Scott Storch almost saved Terror Squad.
He did. Listen,
in that one section where JaRule's like, I wrote these songs, Fat Joe was like, you want me to put, I could play Candy Shop because I produced Candy Shop, and JaRule was like, that shit ain't even good. When JaRule can come at your neck with actual facts, my guy, like the shit JaRule was saying should have been easy setup for Fat Joe to just crush him. JaRule was like,
go in
6 years. I'm high school memories, college memories, grow like club memories. 6 years I held this shit down. Like it's like, Fat Joe, here's your chance to be like, you dead, but you don't have the fucking ammunition to be like that.
No, buddy, you went into a rocket launcher fight with a goddamn pea shooter. Like, no. Stop.
So Fat Joe, there's nobody. Now you said 50 and JaRule. Now we know that's not gonna happen. Can you think of another artist during those years that JaRule was hot that can probably be up in there with JaRule, or was he just too hot for that time period for anybody to fuck with? Maybe Nelly. Nah, never mind. Let me stop.
No.
Because Nelly had versus Ludacris, and Ludacris mopped the floor with Nelly.
Yeah. During that time, shit, man. The only other person that I could say like was on that level is probably DMX. That's it. During
DMX
that
had
time frame,
right?
Yeah, him and Snoop. And shit, him and Snoop had a damn good verses.
I remember that one. I don't know how I feel about that one. DMX is too grimy to be on a versus with Snoop. Snoop just ain't matching energy. That
was actually one of the better verses, honestly. And I was surprised it was that close, because Snoop had some shit, bro. Like early Snoop was a motherfucking monster.
But when I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, y'all gotta match energies, bro. Like,
right.
Like I love the verses where it's like songwriters or producers, because you see their full creativity and shit, right? Like the joint with who was it? Who did RZA go up against?
P-Rock.
DJ.
That was one of my favorite verses.
Oh my god. Talk about
that was one of my favorite verses.
That shit I liked.
I love when the producers go at it.
I liked obviously the Timbo and Swiss, the OG one that started it. I like the songwriters, like when Neo went against Sean Garrett.
Yeah.
And then the shit they do, the T-Pain versus Little John.
That was another one of my favorites.
Shit that I love.
Even the Manny Fresh Scott Storch one.
Yes.
That one was good.
Yes. I didn't think that was gonna be good, but
that one was good.
Because they opened their catalog so wide where you're just like, I didn't know this dude had a part in this shit.
Right.
I didn't he dabbled in this, you know?
Right.
Those are the ones I love. Like when it comes to rappers, like when you keep holding shit in New York, you
gotta go to a different level when you're in New York.
You gotta know if you knew or not. And here's my thing: after what Jada and the Lox did to Dipset, if you want to jump out there and be like, "Yo, this is the mecca of hip hop," this is
like you better be spitting.
You have to know if you have that.
You better be spitting prisons, bro.
Oh, hold up. Eric is in here saying JaRule was the weak link in Murder Inc. Who was carrying Murder Inc? EJ? Who was carrying Murder Inc?
I'm curious to know this answer.
Cause like I know Cadillac Taw had one good song that was on like the Fast and Furious soundtrack, where he's using the beat of a two-way pager. You already know. Look. I was like, okay, Cadillac. I can't wait for your album to come out.
Flop.
Never. Oh shit. Oh man. But let me ask you this. So this versus just happened. We haven't had a chance to talk about this, but Donda and Certified Lover Boy came out. There was a whole thing going on. So the last 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks ago, CLB, Certified Lover Boy, came out, album by Drake. Week before that, last week of August, Donda came out.
Right.
How you feeling about those two, and what it? How do you feel about each album, and which album do you think is the best of the two?
Ooh.
I'm asking you as an artist, because I'll voice it as a casual fan. I want you to break it down artistically.
Oh man, that's a hard question to answer. As an artist,
I know Ye is on another level, mentally, artistically. You know what I'm saying? So try to break that down for us.
I'm gonna surprise a lot of people, and I'm going to speak from an artistic standpoint.
Please do.
Donda artistically was a better album than Certified Lover Boy. To me, artistically. Because Ye has this ability. He has this ability to go outside of the normal range of what a normal artist would do. For instance, you look at Certified Lover Boy. There's a profile for Drake, right? You know what you're going to get out of a Drake album. You know this, right? You're gonna get some kind of girl reference, relationship problems. You know what I mean? So you're gonna get something along those lines with a Drake album, right? And he doesn't disappoint. The shit's gonna be kind of fire. You're gonna get a Future feature, right? You'll get somebody else that's hot around that time. You'll get them on a feature. That's your Drake album, right? His artistic limit is in that range, right? Kanye doesn't have a limit to where he can go artistically, and Donda proves this, because just as he did with the previous album, he kept it gospel, but the way that he was able to stretch it further than he did the last album, like he went deeper than he did on the last album. And artistically, Ye is reaching further than pretty much anybody doing music right now, artistically. Now, as a casual listener, my ear gravitates more towards Certified Lover Boy. Because you have the sounds that I like to hear, right? You have the same sort of features, like you have a Jay-Z feature on Donda, you have a Jay-Z feature on Certified Lover Boy. Out of the two, Jay-Z goes way harder on fucking Certified Lover Boy. That's one of Jay-Z's best verses in years on that album. And you could tell that he put effort into it. Not saying that he didn't do it with Donda, but the effort that he put into getting on Certified Lover Boy made that track hit way harder. Because he spit gems on that shit. So did every other artist, right? So my ear gravitated more towards Certified Lover Boy. But artistically, I can appreciate Donda.
He say, "Who's Willie Mays, Jim?" He wasn't into sports.
So I gave both of them a 2.5 out of 5. And the reason why it was only 2.5 is I'm basing it off of their previous work. You know what I'm saying? Like their potential and their trajectory, what it was, is these albums were not what I expected. And again, this is me as a casual fan, because I'm not a rapper. I'm not trying to get in the head of an artist or anything. If Donda was probably 17 tracks instead of 26.
Oh yeah, it'd have been a way better album. It's too long of a listen.
Yes. There are easily 9 songs to chop off that motherfucker to make it a great album.
Right. You are right.
But like I said, it's one of those things. I'm listening to it. I don't want to go too hard on it, because every artist has the right to make a project that is personal to them. And if they feel that it is something they want to share with the masses, put it out there. It is not my place to tell Kanye what music to make, whatever. If that's on his soul, if that's on his heart, if that's how he wants to pay homage to his late mother, go at it. But at the same time, you put it out there for my consumption, and I'm sitting there driving back from Vegas. If I can make it from Kingman, Arizona, all the way back to my house on one listen on your album,
I still got songs.
Yes, bro, it's too long.
It's too long.
It's too long, and there are some songs that I could have skipped, but I'm trying to listen to them. And I've listened to this album start to finish 3 times. Once in a car, twice in the gym, where it's just me listening to the music, no distractions. Because a lot of people are like, you got to listen to it like at a high volume and at this and at that. I'm just like, why are there so many, requirements for me to be able to enjoy this album? Like, I should just turn this shit on. Like, I fucks with it or I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I will say that there's one song that I always like. If people are like Donda, I'm like, bro, if you don't play Hurricane,
oh yes,
let me get this motherfucking The Weeknd to sing this hook with the choir, and then can I say something? Like, how do you feel about Lil Baby? Because everybody is on Lil Baby, like he's up and coming. What are your thoughts on Lil Baby?
Lil Baby can be a great artist. He just has to be more consistent, right? So for my problem with Lil Baby is he'll give you a great song and then he'll give you an you know what I mean? Like, for every great songs, there's probably 2, man, that was all right. You know what I mean? Like, if he kept it consistent, he could be a great artist.
Here's my, like, I don't know why these, like, I listen to him, and from what I don't know if he has his own album out. Does he have a LP out or an EP? Because all I hear him is in features, and all I hear is this auto-tune weird. You sound the same, Gunner. You sound the same as all these. Like, everybody's like, he's a good rapper. He's up and coming. He's on the verge. He's on this. And I just keep hearing that auto-tune rap that Future is giving us, that all these people are giving us. And I'm like, what is the difference between Lil Baby and the rest of these up and coming rappers? Like, I want to fucks with him.
Right.
His verse in Hurricane, I love it. But his verse in other shit, I hear him and I'm just like, I mean, another motherfucker could have did this. You know, it's like a Young Thug type shit, you know?
Right.
But Hurricane from Donda is my shit. Like, I fucks with it. I fucks with Jailed because
that's
I only fucks with Jailed because I just like the hook and I want to start playing that in my head when motherfuckers do shit that almost gets me to wild the fuck out. No, like when motherfuckers do some shit and I just look at them and I'm just like, guess who's going to jail tonight? I gotta slap the motherfucker in his face. Guess who's going to jail tonight? Who got priors? Who got priors? We got priors. Guess I'm going to jail tonight. Guess I'm going to. Guess who's going to jail tonight? It's like every day there's a moment where I'm just like, is this the moment I go to jail? Nah,
this
I can't.
is it.
I gotta watch the kids. They need a house. I can't do it. I want to, but I can't. But like there are songs on Donda that I like, but it's not enough for me to be like all 20. Like, and people look at me, they'll be like, "Listen, Mac, you light skin, you like Drake." And I'm gonna just tell y'all, you right. I fucks with Drake. You know, and it's not just because the light skin shit. I gravitate towards the chill, kind of fucking emotional shit that Drake puts out. Like, I was watching a review on YouTube. I forget who did the review, but they were just like, Drake would be the incarnation of, like, if you go to YouTube and type lo-fi hip hop, there's a channel where there's like lo-fi hip hop animation and shit. They'd be like, that's Drake. His music is so laid back, chill, lo-fi type shit. That is why, and I've told y'all this before, Pitmasters, when it comes to Dat Feelin' label, my favorite record of all time is by Wiz's Beast. And it's 10 Mil Tony. And it's
my God.
Lo-fi beats. And he is spitting over if I could just chill, vibe out, smoke my hookah, have a drink, and listen to fucking lo-fi hip-hop, I'd be in heaven. And Drake's Certified Lover Boy is... So the best song off of Donda to me is Hurricane. The best song off of Certified Lover Boy is Fair Trade, to me.
Oh, ooh. You know what? My favorite one is Love All with Jay-Z. But Fair Trade is second.
That is second for me. That's second.
Okay.
The sample for Fair Trade, how it leads in, it made me look up the original song that he sampled from. Just so I could hear that shit. But how he rides the beat on the second verse when he was like, my mama used to be on disability, but gave me this ability, and now she walking with her head high and her back straight. I don't think y'all feeling me. I'm out here doing everything they said I couldn't be or wouldn't be. I'm just like, bro, talk about it, Drake. And then when he started getting to his singing, I get along better with your friend. Like I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like when Drake get emotional, he rap about some shit that I at one point in my life, I was feeling how he is rapping at this point. It made me think of like a past relationship. Not that I'm gonna go back and text, but I just be like, I can see how he feel like this. And it's cool that a motherfucker is willing to be sensitive enough to rap about the shit instead of being like, nah, fuck these bitches, hoes and tricks and all that. Like, nah, nigga, be a real dude. You feel bad about some shit?
You know
like
what?
Marvin, bro. You know what? Marvin's room came out. I challenge.
I'm just saying you could do that.
I challenge one dude in the Pitmasters. In this to be like, there's not one situation in your life. Now, it could have been before you were with who you are now or whatever, but like one time in your life, you know, you was in that position mentally that Drake was in when he wrote that song, and you was just like, fam.
Come on, dog. Got me
Where
out
was
here
this
drinking and driving.
Dog? Where was this song in high school, dog?
For real. You know what song got me? Come Through on Nothing Was the Same.
Oh, nothing.
I can pull you up a drink and we can run something. Come through. Come through.
It was so laid back, right?
Come through.
You just vibe into that shit, bro. And then the beat change at the end.
Why has it been so long? Why has it been so long?
Tonight.
Guy, you picking up your phone? Hello, what you doing?
You on the phone?
No, I'm saying, what you doing?
Oh, you just calling her, bro. That's how Marvin's room almost had me. Cups of the rose.
I'm just saying you can do.
Oh
that.
my god.
Tell me, have you heard that lately? Are you drunk right now? Yes.
Nigga. Like when you can sing that level of disrespect.
Fuck that nigga that you love so bad. I know you still think about the times we had. I said, fuck that nigga that you think you found. And since you picked up, I know he's not around.
That last part of that bar. And since you picked
It's
up,
so disrespectful.
I know
Since you
he's
picked
not
up, I
around.
know he ain't there. You don't give a fuck about him, girl.
Like, you could have let this shit go straight to voicemail, but the fact you hit accept this call, you
hit the
know
green
what it is.
button.
You know,
You
because
hit that
he's
green
gone.
button.
You still want to talk to me? I'm just saying you could do better. The disrespect! And he's saying it so smooth. Rappers
Then he
have been
broke it
trying
down.
to relay this level of disrespect through bars, and he sang it.
He sang it. And then he put a spin on it. Ha ha.
But
Well, broke that shit down.
of the two albums, I gave both Donda and Certified Lover Boy 2.5. Only because like I expected more from Drake. Like Drake's formula does not change. Drake knows what works and he keeps fucking with it. So because he's not quote unquote growing as an artist, I faulted it. But of the two albums that are both 2.5, I enjoyed listening to Certified Lover Boy more than Donda.
Facts.
There's only there's only one legit skip that I give Certified Lover Boy, and it's that song with 21 Savage, the gang talk or knife talk, whatever it is.
Yep.
That has Project Pat in the beginning, and I'm like, oh, I might fuck with this shit, and then
Yep.
and then 21 Savage comes on, and I'm just like, oh, J. Cole ain't writing your verses. I can't listen to it.
Nope. He
This
left
ain't a
you
J.
alone
Cole
in the
record.
studio. Yep. He left you alone in the studio, bro.
Alone? Oh no, he gave you your own pad and pen. Yikes! Yeesh.
Jermaine, please.
Cole. Jermaine. Cole. Young Simba. Go help this man.
Mr. Nice Watch.
Someone help him.
But you know why I scored Drake so low? It's
Why
because
is that?
before this album came out, this motherfucker was dropping bangers. Like Laugh Now, Cry Later. Banger.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of that song, but he was like, what's wrong with you? I sit in the box with the owners, dude. Like, I work out to that shit.
Oh, what's next?
Yeah, that.
Bro, his Scary Hours, that little three track fucking EP or whatever.
Yeah.
He had Lemon Pepper on there where he just spazzed the fuck out for like 4 minutes after Ross.
Yes. Bangers.
Yes.
He gave us bangers before this album. So I'm like, oh, when he dropped, it's a wrap.
Dark Lane demo tapes. Like Dark Lane demo tapes was better than Certified Lover. The shit he put out
Agreed.
as a placeholder before this album. I'm like, nigga, this you could have put out Dark Lane for this shit.
Yes, you could have. And been successful.
But no, so if y'all like Donda, y'all can like Donda. I'm doing a better job of when y'all post what y'all like. I just scroll by. I do ask though that when I share my review and I say Donda's 2.5, I don't need y'all jumping in my comments talking about, wow, y'all rated it that low, like, because it's my opinion.
It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is.
And low key, like I just Drake just makes music that I gravitate to. Like I still listen to other artists and shit, but like Baby Keem, he put his album out. I fucks with it. It's probably
buddy.
a 3, bro. We don't want to talk about that now.
Buddy.
I don't worry about that one. I'm just like, man. But no. But that's cool because I like asking you that because I know as an artist and shit, like there's a level of when you hear an album, you're actually breaking down lyrics and stuff and understanding it to a place where, as a casual fan like me, not a casual fan, but like just as a listener, as a fan,
Right.
actually thinking about it to the extent that you're thinking about it, or MRK or Wiz's Beast or E. Smitty, you know. So that's why I like asking y'all that question.
Yeah. Artistically, I can appreciate the fuck out of what Kanye did. And is still doing. Like when Kanye's done with music, I think a lot of people appreciate what he did. I think so.
Yeah.
And what he contributed.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, I know his album like took each song charted on the gospel contemporary or whatever chart. If this is a, I don't know if he categorized it as a gospel rap album, but Donda compared to Jesus is King, his previous one that was the Christian rap album, Donda is far superior than what Jesus King is. You know what I'm saying? So I can appreciate that he is incorporating his faith into his music a little bit more,
right?
A little bit more inner. I don't know the word for it, but with Jesus is King, I felt it was just fan service, crowd service. I would just say Jesus a couple times, talk about God, compare him to this. Bow, it's a Christian rap album. Now I feel like he's actually incorporating his faith into his music and making it more true to him.
Right.
Yes. True to him.
He's making it relatable.
Like, all right, Kanye, I see what you're doing. Okay. But just I can't be in my car listening to Donda and having a good time. Like I could put Certified Lover Boy in and be like, you know, it's gonna be a good drive to work, you know.
Yeah.
Way Too Sexy. Let me tell you. So Lifter in here talk about Way Too Sexy is in my 2021 anthem. Way Too Sexy is a borderline skip for me. Because I feel like none of the artists on that track really want to be on that track. Young Thug at the end, I think they just hit that mug up on his way out the house, was like, hey bro, you need to give us this verse for you bounce. Oh, I can't. I can't. Like, okay, just put that at the end. And then just put a fucking hard ass fucking bass head fucking beat with a fucking catchy ass hook. And I mean, I know it's in the clubs. I know because when I went, I'm not gonna say when I was in Vegas that song was out, because it wasn't. He didn't release any singles before that. But I can imagine, Black, you know, if you were to go to Korea right now, walk by Club Ratchet. We all know what Club Ratchet is.
Yep.
What is blasting out of that fucking club as you're walking back to the gym or walking back to the base?
Too sexy for me, sure. Too sexy for me,
I'm too sexy for the trap.
It's funny.
Too sexy for the trap. Like, there comes a point, Deontay, you ain't there yet. But when you get to me in Black's age, Future ain't it no more, man.
No, it's not.
I know you don't want to hear that. I know y'all young cats don't want to hear that.
Oh, there comes a time.
There comes a time when you will wake up in your life and hear Future verse and be like, this motherfucker is trash.
Like the shit that gets me is like I sound now like my grandmother used to sound. You know what I mean? Like, turn this mess off. Turn it off.
What the fuck you got playing in my car?
Yeah, but you don't want to be too mean. But they like, can you turn it up? No. I refuse. And it's not that I don't want it loud. It's just I don't want to hear it. So I put it at a level to where it's minimal annoyance for me.
I'm Too Sexy is this close to being the next skippable song after Knife Talk.
That'd be about right.
The other songs, I let them shits ride. I don't know why. It's just like I'll be in the gym lifting to Certified Lover Boy, even through the R&B cuts and shit. Just cause like I fucks with it. Like I don't need to listen to heavy bass shit when I lift, but if I just don't like the song, I can't fuck with it.
Side note.
Yes.
Love All, like immediately when that song comes on, I want to play Life After Death. Like immediately. Because when it comes on, it's like previously on Radio to Die. I'm like, oh shit, I want to hear that album. It's always the go-to after I hear that song. It's like I gotta hear Ready to Die. I mean Life After Death.
Bro, like Drake's selection of beats or his A&R, whoever selects the beats for Drake, they just know what fits Drake, and Drake knows how to fucking ride those beats and do his shit. Mm-hmm. It's just been, you skip TSU?
What the fuck? Bro. See, you young. You don't even know what that means.
Yeah. He probably skipped Marvin's Room and shit. You skip Marvin's Room too, don't you, Deontay? That's the shit where you listen to it and you just drinking, smoking some shit. You just be like, bro, I'm making it rain in this bitch. I make it snow in this bitch. She making it run in this bitch. I'm just like, oh my god. Oh my god. I just hell yeah, I did. Deontay, let me just tell you some shit. There will come a time where you just listening to some shit and you just be like, I fucks with this shit. Mm-hmm. Like you start moving away from Future and just start to some chill shit. Cause like you still in the age where you want to go to clubs. You know what I'm saying? You just want to go to clubs. I'm at the age where I want to go to a lounge where I can sit down and just listen to fucking good music.
Smoke a cigar and just
yeah.
Some old people shit. That's what y'all would call it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I want to do some old people shit. Like I want to sit in that bitch with a whiskey and a cigar. You know what I mean? Like people. You know what I mean? Like just sit in that bitch and be just. I ain't doing shit. I'm just sitting here with a cigar that I'm halfway smoking because the bitch burned my lungs to death. But it goes so good with whiskey.
I watch it watching a bro. That's the shit I be on, man. Just smoking my hookah, just chilling, drinking. This my shit. This my bro. Show him, Mac.
Just just sitting there. Just like,
oh shit. What's that supposed to mean? We did that at call sign. Oh, shout out to Voop. So if y'all don't know, my man Voop, old school. I'm getting into Air Force terminology. 1 Charlie 5, my job, Black's job. He's back here at Luke teaching the up and coming new generation of WDs and shit. So this is our first time hanging out. He actually made
a poker player too. Voop got a mean ass poker face, bro. Like if you ever want to learn poker, that's the guy you need to learn it from.
Yes,
Voop's a hell of a poker player.
But me and him reminisce on some old school type shit, man. And he's like, I'm old school career field wise or career wise. They look at me like, damn, you've been in fucking 19 years. He's been in before me. So he's an OG. I'm old school. He's the OG. And then there's the new school shit coming up under us. So shout out to you, Voop. Appreciate you coming through. My man had Cuban cigars for us to smoke, but I was like, I gotta be here for the smoke pit or whatnot. But we are going to hook up and we are going to have those Monte Cristos, my guy. Believe that. Save me one, my guy. Save me one.
Oh, you got the Monte Cristos?
Bro.
My man.
Come through, man. Come through to Phoenix, bro. Come smoke Come smoke with your boys.
I'm on it. You know what? I'm gonna try to come that way when Sam comes that way.
Well, when I saw that shit, no, we'll talk about that later in the final shot.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. What you want to talk about next, man? What you got on deck next?
Let's go into a serious topic, but let's lead this in with a question. Okay. So, as you guys know, Texas recently passed a controversial law on abortion. which has gained a lot of backlash. Rightfully so. Right? You shouldn't be dictating what women. Not really dictating. It really is dictation at the end. You shouldn't really be telling women what to do with their bodies. It's their bodies. They should have the right to decide on what they do with their bodies, and that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people may feel differently, but that's just my opinion. It's their body. It should be their choice to what they want to do with it. In response to that, one of the most unlikely candidates came out and spoke and said that women, in response, should refuse to sleep with men. And I just want to ask the ladies, real quick. Does Bette Midler speak for y'all? Is this your spokesperson? So don't sleep with men. First and foremost, I just want to ask a question. Who's banging Bette Midler?
Say what?
Because who's banging Bette Midler?
Bette Midler today or Bette Midler from when Hocus Pocus first came out?
Today.
I don't know. Let me Google to see if she's with somebody, because I don't want to, jump to conclusions and shit.
I mean, kudos to you, if you are.
Let me find that article that I sent you.
It's a hell of a shot.
This was an article by that I found out from Fox 10 Phoenix and their Instagram page, because they be petty as shit. Mm-hmm. I be finding my most outrageous news by Fox 10. And scroll on up. Where's the Bette Midler shit?
Savvy.
But listen, in today's day and age, I get it. Now, if all the females collectively did that, I would be pissed off at Bette Midler. Seriously.
Okay. All right. I got the article up. So, back in September 6th, Golden Globe winner Bette Midler recently took to Twitter and offered one approach to protesting the Senate Bill 8, a strict and controversial law that bans most abortions. It was passed through the Texas legislature in May and took effect on Wednesday. Her suggestion was, I suggest that all women refuse to have sex with men until they are guaranteed the right to choose by Congress. The 75-year-old actress tweeted. So this is her thing. She is, her actual tweet says, why do hashtag anti-vaxxers and hashtag anti-maskers get to live the my body, my choice life, but pregnant women are not allowed to? How is this fair? Some say it's Texas's way of keeping black and brown women poor. I say it's also because they want white women to replenish the stock. And I'm just like, yeesh, girl, bet you out here wildin'. So yeah, this is a serious topic, and this is something I know was brought up in the SmokePit fan group to talk about.
Yep.
And I feel at a disadvantage because we're both dudes, we're both men,
right?
We can't speak on it except from our perspective, being husbands and fathers and so forth and so on. How do you feel about this law being passed, Black? Just your opinion. Again, granted, we're both two men.
Right.
If any women want to chime in and jump on the podcast and jump on the show and give us their thoughts, or if they want to just give us their thoughts in the comments, feel feel free to do that, and we'll make sure they get read and spoken and shared. But what do you think about it, Black?
First off, I do want to address the fact that this ain't right. Something she said struck a chord with me, right? Like, so anti-vaxxers and they have the choice to protect what's going on with their bodies, but pregnant women don't, right? I do think that statement is rather valid, right? But in the context of what she's putting in, right? Mm-hmm. I think it's incredibly unfair, this law is. And I think about it in terms of, I have a friend, right?
Yes.
One of my best friends. I consider that person to be like a brother to me, right? He is the product of rape, right? So his mom was raped and was pregnant. She made the decision to keep him, right? Because that was her choice. Now, if she would have made the decision to abort him, it's totally her choice, but I would be without that friend today. You know what I mean? So I could see a little bit of it, but in the end, it was his mother's choice, right? To keep that child, right? So I think that plays a very big role in this law. You take that option away. Like, if a woman chooses to keep a child, it should be her choice. You should not be making that choice for her. Right? Because not like my friend's mom, like somebody else could be going through that same exact situation. And the shame and embarrassment that they would have to live by having to have this child, they have to look at that daily, and they have to take care of that daily. You know what I mean? And that hurt and that pain and that embarrassment probably will never go away. You know, so I think the choice should be for the woman. Likewise, if a woman is pregnant and having problems, which is very common. Pregnancy is it's a thing, but dangerous pregnancy is actually very common, especially in America. And if you risk a life, if a mother has to carry a baby to term because a law requires her to, and it's causing her problems, then who's going to take care of that family? You know what I mean? Like, who's going to be there to console them? Are you, politician? Are you going to be there to tell that woman or that woman's family after she's died giving birth that she knew that she probably wouldn't make it out of, but the law required her to keep that child? Are you going to be there to console that family? No, you're not going to give a shit at all. You're going to go about business as usual. You made a decision for potentially millions of women to have to suffer. And just by removing the choice, the option for them to live healthier lives, whether it's abortion through rape or a bad pregnancy, you remove the option for them to heal properly. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you've ultimately done. And you're not going to be there to console these families when they have to go through their problems, you know? So that I can understand. And it's awfully weird to me that people who are pro-life don't understand that. You know what I mean? Like, you can be pro-life, but it's okay to have situational awareness too. You know what I mean? Like, it's perfectly okay. It's okay to think rationally in these types of decisions. And it sucks. It sucks for those people that will have to go through that under that law.
I want to come on here and look at this. I don't want to say devil's advocate, but just from the other side of the aisle. So there are some states where the liberal mindset or just liberal idea of life is prevalent.
Right.
Most obvious, California. People like go to California, whatever, while and live your life, whatever. Right? They look at California as heathen central, Sodom and Gomorrah.
Remember how I used to teach?
In a lot of cases, they'd be right.
Right. So is it wrong for conservatives and not radical conservatives, but just conservatives, people with a certain moral upbringing to want to have their own safe haven, which is Texas? Is that a wrong thing to look at? Like, is it wrong for them to want to have a place where they could be surrounded by people who share the same thoughts and same values as them?
No,
it's
not. It's not, right? But in any case, like if you have to look at risk, right? So if there's a risk,
Don't treat me like them.
then you have to have a way to fight the risk. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a risk to life, you have to have a way to fight that. And just saying, well, you have to keep it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you have to keep it anyway. You may die, but you have to keep that child. You know what I mean? Like, in a lot of cases, there's a way to think on both sides and think rationally towards the other side. There really is. There's a way to meet in the middle. And I don't think that they do that a lot of times.
Yeah. Because I feel that this, and this is just my opinion, I feel that this law has been passed based on not just conservative views, but more of, like, I feel religion played some part in this
Oh yeah,
this
definitely.
law.
Definitely.
And that's where I get worked up, is when there's this whole document that says there's a separation of church and state. And every time there's an election thing or whatever, these people get on stage and be like, you know, I grew up in Christian background and this, and they use a Bible to swear them into office. And I feel like religion has never been taken out of politics, and it won't, because there's a percentage of America. Let me rephrase that. In a politician's eyes, there's a percentage of voters who are very religious, and sharing their religion or appearing to share the same values as their religion equates to those votes easily going to you.
Correct.
So they will continue to dabble in this religious, I go to church, I'm a Christian man, I have these values, instead of just taking religion out of it altogether. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
And here's a, what is happening? And here's my other opinion, then I'll throw it back to you, is I know of 3 individuals, 3 women who have personally gone through getting an abortion. And each one of them has told me that decision was the hardest thing that they have ever done. It was like a last resort. Like, it wasn't like the first thing that came to their mind. Because what I'm thinking this law is put into place for is they probably feel like women are using abortion as a plan B, like as their contraceptive. You know what I'm saying? It's not a whole lot of women who are like, I'm willing to have unprotected sex and it's cool. I'll just get an abortion. And the women that I have that I know who have went through this process, it has been such an emotional event for them.
Right.
I don't want to tell their story, but the stories they told me, like it crushed them, and they were out of, like, their mental health was out of it for a while. Just emotional, just physical, like that took such a toll on their bodies. Like,
right.
For the masses who are listening, I don't know, like, from what I've heard, abortion is not the go-to method for unwanted pregnancy. Birth control's out there. Newsflash, conservatives are real big on trying to limit the availability of birth control to certain people because they're trying to get, they're trying to get Planned Parenthood or whatnot because they assume Planned Parenthood is just slinging abortions out for free.
Right.
Contraceptives are not always 100%, like Danielle said in the comments. So you can be on the pill, and there's that off chance that boom, you're pregnant. The law makes it illegal for you to get an abortion after 6 weeks. Speaking from experience, my wife never was pregnant.
Right, you don't know until like weeks. 8 or 10. Yeah.
Yes, like she was 2.5 months pregnant before she knew she was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So at that point in Texas, they're just like, well, fuck it, have a kid. And I don't want to get into the argument of, well, now you're pregnant. If you don't want the baby, just go through the 9 months, have the baby, and give it up for adoption. Because one, being pregnant limits what you can do. Like, your job may be like, you can't do X and X and X. Well, you gotta go. Like, and then, obviously there's some legal things you take with that job. But I know one person who went through that process with the mindset of giving up their child for adoption. After 9 months of caring for that child inside of them, when they had the child, she already signed whatever agreement to release the child to the adoptive parents. That event destroyed, her words, destroyed her emotionally, because the baby is born. They let, you hold your child to you. That bonding, I can, as a guy, I will never know. Seeing Apple hold our kids to her, it is a unspeakable bond, an undescribable bond. And you could probably talk to it too, Black. When you see the mother hold their child for the first time, could you imagine?
It's everything.
Could you imagine Khan or any woman after that experience being mentally cool with, there you go, like after 9 months of dealing with all this stuff, morning sickness, limited mobility, all of this stuff, baby comes, you hold the child, gone. Like to be like, well, that's your option. It seems very shitty to me as a guy. And I can only speak to it as a guy who has heard remarks from females who have gone through that, from women who have gone through that. And it crushes my soul that a majority of the people passing this law are people who never go through the things that these women are going through, aka white males. It fucks with me that that's a thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, it fucks with me too. You know what I mean? And to your point, like, the first time I saw Khan hold like one of my kids, I was like, oh my God, bro. Like, it's in that moment, just for me, watching it was everything. You know what I mean? So I can't imagine a woman
How come black people
holding her child and then giving it up for adoption.
You see,
I couldn't imagine that.
even the ants will do
That has to be
Everything
a soul
follows
crushing
the
decision.
first law
It has
And I
to
want to
nature
shout
for
out
black folks.
Pitmaster
They
Danielle
refuse to follow the
Swanson
first law of
because
nature, which is self-preservation.
you know, she's on
So they
here
keep
giving
on
us a
running
female
and say, well,
perspective.
he didn't make it.
She
I
says
know
there are
I'm
so
gonna
many in the
make it.
system now that aren't adopted and are mistreated and abused. Sometimes that's worse. People care up until the child's birth, and then after it's not their problem. I did some kind of research, and when people are looking to adopt, the prime thing they're looking for is adopting a newborn or a toddler or something to where they can, you know, take them as a baby and shape them or form them or whatnot. When they get to the older ages, like I guess senior elementary, middle school, nobody's really looking for the teenagers anyway, because they're like, bro, they already got their whole mentality and life set up and shit. I don't want to bring in a teenager and try to fucking help raise them and stuff. So it's cool. Just get them and put them up for adoption. And then we have so many kids in the adoption system anyway. And why is it tens of thousands of dollars to adopt a child if we're looking to just try to put these kids in good homes? Like, why am I coming out of pocket so much for this process? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If they stay in foster care, it's the government paying for this. No different, maybe some difference. I don't know. I need to look into it, but their whole thing is these people having these kids and being on welfare, and it's costing the government money. Like I'm trying to see the difference in the thing, right? Like the mom is in no position to have a kid. You're forcing her to have the kid. She can't afford it. They go on welfare. People are just like, all my money, all my tax money is going to this illegitimate, you know, single parent trying to raise this kid. And then it's just like, okay, so you won't let me get the abortion. I have the child. I put it up for adoption. It stays in foster care. Your money is still going to this child regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Exactly.
it's a weird thing. And I'm just super big on pro-choice. Like, let these people live their lives. If it's not affecting me in any way,
I would put it like this. Like, if there was a law that required males to do a form of birth control, or, you know what I mean, have it to where they couldn't have children, or control just some type of function of their bodies, this would be a bigger problem than it would be. You know what I mean? Like, than it is now. So the fact that women have to go through, I feel for it. I feel for it. You know what I mean? So it sucks, man. It sucks because, you know, dudes are raised hell. If they tell you got to snip your balls off after you have a kid, like, there'll be way more problems. You know what I mean? Like, there'll be way more outrage. You know what I mean? But that's essentially what you're doing to women. You're telling them, like, your proverbial balls are in my hand and you have to do what I say. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get the option.
Yeah. I know somebody brought up the fact, like, I forget what I was about to say, but they worded it something along the lines of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
coming in from China.
it's almost
a lot of people think that
like
goes away in April
if the government was to come out and be like, all right, so men, after you have 2 kids, vasectomy.
Yeah.
Like by April,
Like,
you know, in theory, when it gets a little
bro, you know
warmer,
what the fuck I want to do with the rest of my life?
That's true.
You know, like,
Right,
how,
exactly.
like the uproar or the
Here's a
women-
better one.
the
Here's a
women I'm
better
hearing.
one.
Like, if the government was just like men, like if they directed men to, like I said,
When I was growing
after
up, there
X
was a
amount of kids,
statement, I think it was
instant
Pascal,
vasectomy.
he said, you know,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's a better one.
That
Here's a better
fourth
one.
as a whole would be ridiculous.
Yeah. Imagine if they outlawed Viagra or any erectile dysfunction medication. Imagine if they outlawed that shit. Like, you cannot take this shit. This shit is banned because it causes heart attacks, which is one of the symptoms, right? They tell you that in the commercial. If you have an erectile dysfunction and they do their little fast talking shit, heart attack, heart disease is one of those factors, bro. Like, you're at risk if you take it, but people don't give a shit because it makes your dick hard. Now imagine if they said we're gonna outlaw this shit because it's killing way too many people. You know how many outraged men there will be? Millions. Millions. Well, guess your dick ain't getting hard no time soon, buddy. Good luck.
That's what I'm saying. I feel, because there's a friend of mine I was talking to who was voicing the whole, is it wrong for, like, because one, she isn't religious at all. She was just raised with the moral of abortion is wrong. It's not tied to religion. It's just killing you is wrong, right? But she also brought that portion up as well as the discrepancy that's still happening in America. Like, the biggest focus is obviously on minorities being mistreated wrong, but there are women in this country have yet to get the same treatment as men.
Exactly.
And I say men, and I mean white men. In this country, white men seem to still be kind of the apex predator, quote unquote. I know that's a bad terminology, but they are what everybody else is chasing. Everybody wants the same rights, the same privilege, the same pay, the same opportunities as the white man. Women, minority women have it doubly bad. You know what I'm saying? So I feel as if, and this is a sidetrack thing, because I was talking to somebody about critical race theory and stuff like that. They're just like, I know you guys have it bad, but what if I was to tell you that women also still have it bad? And I'm just like, well, then let us both come up together then. Like, two things can be true at the same time. I know it sounds weird, but minorities can be getting shitted on and women can be getting shitted on at the same time. Black people can be getting shitted on. White women can be getting shitted on. Like, we shouldn't be coming at each other that way. We should be looking at what we need to do to get up to the same level. Either one, everybody gets elevated up to the same level, or two, the person at the highest level be brought down to be equal with the people at the lowest level. You know what I'm saying? It is possible for two things to be true. Black lives can matter, and also cop lives can matter. Blue lives can matter as well. Nobody's out here saying
take this nigga, man. You take
cop
I'm
lives
better than you. Yeah, I'm better than you. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like, no one's saying that.
We want cops to be cool too, but quit fucking with the black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Like, as long as it's a movement to get everybody treated the same, I'm on board as a black man. That's where I'm at. That's just how I feel about shit, man.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one.
Okay.
I'm definitely with you on that one. All right. Have we kicked the horse enough?
Thanks.
All right, let's move on to our final topic of the night. And you know what? It's been a while since we did this one, buddy. So tonight we are going to bring it back. Ladies and gentlemen,
need to know.
Oh,
All right.
I forgot all
Been a
about
minute.
that. I forgot we had that.
It's been a minute.
What we got for?
Been-
Who we going in on?
It's
we going in
been a hot minute. But I was scrolling through my news feed, and when we were coming up for topics for the show, the last thing I sent you, I said, and then there's this. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 Miami cops who idolized the film Bad Boys in Miami charged in a cocaine trafficking operation. Yes, this is right. You heard this correctly. Now, Roderick Flowers and Keith Edwards worked as cops for the Miami-Dade Department. Now they've been arrested on charges of being associated with drug trafficking as reported by the Miami Herald. Now, this went on a 6-month sting, and these guys were out buying cocaine, masking themselves as security guards. Yes, you see the picture. You see the picture. You see the picture.
Bro, they thought they was bad boys for life for real. Look at they. Hold on. Look at it.
Hold on. I got you.
My man with the wife beater in the holster and the chain, and then the other boy looking like a reject from Belle Biv DeVoe. Oh God.
Now,
you said you.
let's
Oh,
get
we
to this.
sharing screens. Bring it up. Let me see it.
Here we go. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. My
Oh,
God.
Is this on their IG? What is
This is on their IG. Yes. This is on their IG. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what the entire fuck is going on here? They played it perfectly.
My man, he couldn't get the exact red pants, so he got these faded ass. You know what I'm talking about? These faded ass, like they kind of could have been red if I didn't wash them. Like I fucked around and washed them in warm water instead of cold water, so they faded.
Yes.
Like here's where I'm at. I'm into anime. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I like cosplay. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But when I cosplay, I don't leave the convention thinking that I'm still the same character that I dressed up as. Because that's ridiculous. No. So if these guys wanted to cosplay or do Halloween as Mike Lowry, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And the people from... And then go back home and go back to being regular people. That's cool. But the fact that they left that shit and still thought they were Mike Lowry and old boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, do we dare blame Hollywood for this shit? For glamorizing?
No. These are just two ignorant motherfuckers. This is it. This is the only explanation. These motherfuckers are stupid. They went as far as putting their IG handles. We ride together. We die together.
I saw that.
Bad boys for life.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I just read that in the article. So I mean, all right. So they're arrested already.
Yes.
Black, you're the judge. You're the judge who is going to see this case. I know this question seems redundant. Like I already kind of figured like I know the answer, but I'm gonna just try to lay this out to you.
Go ahead.
You're a judge. You're an
Mhm.
honorable judge. You have seen
Yes.
multiple trials. You are a professional through and through. You have judged. You have oversaw cases of, crimes against children. You have seen criminal cases. You have seen civil cases. You are a professional through and through.
Yes.
You are in your office. They put a case file in front of you of what you are about to try, and it is two individuals in Miami who think they are cast straight out of Bad Boy movies. How are you walking into this trial?
First and foremost, I got to figure out which hat I'm gonna put on. Am I gonna put on the Judge Joe Brown hat, or what am I doing? How am I gonna let these two ignorant, dumbass niggas know that you are not in a fucking movie? I think I might go the Judge Brown route. So you mean to tell me that you thought that you were in a movie in which you could just jump over cars and shoot bullets into the air? And did you know that cocaine wasn't real, son? Did you know that it was flour the whole time? Did you even test the cocaine for its potency? Did you even rub it on your fingers and put your fingers in your mouth? And did your mouth go numb, or did it taste like flour? For your ignorant, dumbass excuse of being a police officer. Hold on, wait a minute. Ain't your daddy the chief of police? Is that not what we're doing here today? You mean to tell me that your daddy, the chief of police, didn't even warn you? You ignorant bailiff. We're gonna just send him to jail. I'll figure out the sentence and how long he needs to be in there in the morning. Cause tonight I ain't got time for this ignorance.
Oh shit! Just put him in jail.
Just put him in jail. We'll figure out how long he needs to stay there.
Adamantium. Bill is set at 1 ounce of vibranium.
You mean to tell me nobody tested the cocaine? No one?
Mm-mm.
Gave them fake money. First and foremost, they went to Hollywood to get the money to get him. So y'all sitting there with fake prop. Y'all live in a movie for real. You stupid some bitches. Y'all dumb. You deserve to go under the jail.
100. I read that shit. I was like, this is the most Tyler Perry-ish sitcom topic. I'm like, Tyler Perry is probably reading this shit like, nope.
Oh, I got it. I got
New BET show.
I got a hell of a script.
That's when they thought I was out the game.
Yeah.
Just when I was out the game.
Yeah, let me jot this down.
Oh my god.
How stupid can you be?
This stupid? these motherfuckers? That's how dumb, obviously. I don't know. I will go to the point of saying that's why these cops need to be fucking. Police departments need to kind of be kept in check, because these motherfuckers get the feeling of entitlement and empowerment to the point where they try some shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot.
What gets me what gets me is they tried it like they were living the life, and then this thing went on for 6 months, bro. So for at least 6 months, you were handling fake cocaine. You didn't know the cocaine was fake. You were handling fake money. You didn't know the money was fake. You were hanging with fake informants. You didn't know the fake. How good of a cop are you? Just how good of a cop are you?
Right. They just wore fucking Ray-Bans and fucking put on wife beaters in the fucking faded crimson. The faded crimson slacks.
One of these motherfuckers got an Under Armour shirt on and just badge hanging outside.
The fucking song from the fucking first Bad Boys. I'm in the lame, dang, dang, da, touch me, dang, da, bang, da, da, bubbly, bubbly, bubbly. I need a shy guy, shy guy. Lame. I thought my me. It's like, we're bad boys.
Bad boys for life.
We're bad boys. We play this in a patrol car. It's watch that movie and I look and I'm just like, is this not us? And then old boy was like, that is us.
It is.
Why don't we do that? We should do that. And then now look.
Go get. Hey man, here we're going to the Gap. I need you to get these red crimson pants, get this black wife beater, and we're gonna do it big today. I'm gonna go to Foot Locker. I'm gonna get this Under Armour shirt. And then I'll get these black Wrangler pants, and we're just gonna wear our badges. We got it, bro. We got it.
Black if you don't stop. Bro, that's the only song I remember from fucking Bad Boys 1. I don't want no fly guy. I just want a shy guy. And just like you, everybody be like, the standard reggae fucking backwards roll shit. I don't want no shy guy. I just want a shy guy. Shy guy. Mercy. Follow me. Oh shit. Like we are untouchable. Woo! Oh shit.
Damn.
Woo!
We gotta do
Y'all
this
was on us
big.
the whole time?
Hell yeah, you dumbass nigga.
How did we
know
get
we was doing the shit?
It's because I was running out of flour for my pancakes. We was giving it to you. Giving you so much flour, I need to fucking go to commissary. Oh shit.
I can't even make cornbread, motherfucker. What the fuck?
Y'all was running around with Jiffy in these goddamn boxes. I was running around with Jiffy, the blue box in his hole.
They gave these motherfuckers Bisquick. We running out.
Oh man, they thought they was
shit.
man. Just because Diddy made a song about it, don't mean it's a real life thing, bro.
Hell no.
He was flabbergasted. He was just fucking embellishing on this life. He's not really committing crimes out here, guys.
No,
he
he's
would be
not.
okay. So,
Oh
man.
my god.
What else we got from the night, man? What else we got from the night?
That's it, man. We got some final thoughts, parting shots. What you got?
Shit. Shout out to the Pitmasters who purchased again. If you're listening to the audio, first of all, thank you for where you're listening to the stream your podcast at. But if you want to dabble and join the podcast fan group on Facebook. It's the SmokePit podcast fan group over on Facebook. We are selling OCP colorway patches. So shout out to all those who have purchased those. We have like 36 of them left. Information's in the group. Just hit us up. $10 off the rip, unless you're a Patreon member, which, you know, Mac alluded to how to join the Patreon. But shout out to those who are still supporting us that way, man. I can't say enough that you guys would throw your hard-earned money our way to support this. It's a testament to you guys for how loyal and supportive you are, but it makes us sit back and look at and kind of appreciate the work we put in to get to the point where you guys would support us to that. So thank you for that. Believe it or not, that keeps us going. Every little bit of support counts. And also myself and Mac have been talking, showing a couple of designs. I came up with one on Monday, and my man was hyping me up, gassing me up like this is
that shit fire. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm like, put that shit up. I'm copping one.
So hopefully that shit. I'm guessing it'll be here before next show. If my shit gets here before Friday, please believe I'm gonna take pictures and try to model my ass off in this shit. But I am super confident, and I really like where the podcast is going and growing and learning how, or just learning this whole podcast and merch thing as we go, man. And I appreciate you guys being patient and letting us, giving us the opportunity to learn as we're doing this shit. Not expecting perfection off the rip, but following us on this journey to where it does become perfected. So we're like, when you tune in and this shit is like a Joe Rogan podcast, we got a fucking producer, we got a studio, we got a set, all the shit. So you guys, for fucking with us, rolling with us, watching us get to where we're getting, it is very humbling, and I appreciate you guys for doing that. So, and then all of the Patreons to be able to support us for the full year that we've been going on. Thank you.
Yes.
And that's what keeps us going and trying to put out the best content out there. So thank you all. And then once again, shout out class 2102, call sign night tonight. Y'all be safe out there. I know a couple of them said they fuck with us on the SmokePit, but if y'all are watching, if y'all listening, y'all be safe out there. Go somewhere else other than Westgate. Westgate is trash. Try Scottsdale. Try fucking Mill Ave in Tempe. Quit going to Westgate. That's all I'm gonna say. Quit going to Westgate. Go ahead, man.
I do want to shout out the Pitmasters and the Patreon. Thanks to you guys for all of the support. Because of you guys, last week I had a technical difficulty with my mic. The mic actually died live on the air. So
is that what
I
that
needed?
was?
Yeah, it died. Like it was just like I've had enough. I've had enough. You're using me too much. I'm dying. So thanks to you guys for supporting the brand. Like y'all don't know what y'all did, but I was able to get a new mic. So thank y'all for supporting, and that actually helped me out tremendously. Hopefully my audio is a lot clearer this week. So thanks to you guys for doing that. That support really does mean a lot, for real. So because of you guys, I'm talking on a brand new mic, and it's great to be able to say that that the podcast played a part in me getting some equipment. So not only me, but y'all did that for eSmitty too as well. So I appreciate that so much. To the SmokePit, I appreciate the hell out of you guys, like more than you ever know. Like this week was a really hard week, but I was able to escape that. I'm reading that comment too. So, yeah. So I was able to escape and get away for a minute and laugh and at least put up a post or two for the Pitmasters. Like, this group really does keep me going. More than y'all know, you know what I mean? So we have a great outlook for 2022. You guys are a major part of that, and just keep supporting the show, man. Like, it's funny to me, like, seeing this, because the memories are flooding up now in my timeline from last year, and seeing where this podcast was last year, as in compared to this year. It's it's night and day, bro. It's night and day. It's so night and day.
I don't even want to talk about it, bro.
It's so wild. It's like when we're doing this shit, like when we're doing it, it's like the greatest thing in the world. But like, when I go back and I look at the beginning of the Smoke Pit, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, what were we doing? What were we doing?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We had episode where I think we took turns. It was like 1 week, like, you got too lit. Then the next week I was super lit. We was like, we can't.
You know what's funny? Let's go behind the curtain. So when I heard you wear a call sign night before the show, because I had already, my week was so bad, I knew Monday. I was like, I'm going to save all of this shit for Friday. I'm gonna get shit faced on Friday. I'm not shit faced, thank God, because this show could have went left in a hurry.
Oh, really?
I'm not shit faced, but I have been drinking a little bit. But I was like, both of us are gonna be sloppy, because this. I was like, this is gonna be a good episode.
Nah, I knew I couldn't get too lit because I had to drive back, bro.
Oh.
So, you know, I opened their little fridge at the Heritage Room, and I saw they had the little peach crown and tea in the little can. So I had one of those, and I had to Stella, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. I still gotta drive back, drink this Crown and Sprite over here at the house. So
That's what's up.
Nah, but I do have some pettiness to let out. I don't want to do it now because I know we over 2 hours or whatnot. So, but over the weekend we gonna have to hook up and talk about some shit because I got some real shit to get off my chest.
All right.
And I know you have your rant outlet that's now on the Patreon. So if you're not a Patreon member, Black is bringing back his rants. They're about, a little less than 10 minutes. He just talks about some shit that's been on his mind. So yeah, just check that out. Hilarious stuff, funny stuff. So he has his outlet. I may share some of my complaints and my pettiness that I was wanting to put out here, but couldn't because I wanted to run a nice show and not get too far left with some shit. But y'all know I got some shit I got to get off my chest. So we may dabble on the weekend, over the weekend, but Patreons will find out. They will get the notification when we do go live and talk about that shit, and it'll probably be a Patreon exclusive. So there's that. Also, in about, where we at? 17. In about 2 weeks, 1 October, we're gonna be doing our $100 Patreon giveaway. So went in on that. Make sure to join a Patreon at patreon.com/thatfilmpodcast. And you'll be entered to win $100 for a Dat Forever dollar tier who joined us for the Patreon beta. And for the Dat VIP, the $10 tier, you'll get the 2 entries. The Dat family will get the $3 tier. They'll get the 1 entry. So there you have it. That's what I got. And bro, I can't wait till these shirts get here.
Oh yeah.
I can't. I want to see what these shits look like in person because I looked at them things. I'm just like, am I nice? Am I nice at this? Am I
nice?
I might be.
I might be nice. I might be nice.
I don't know. I'll see when the shirts get here, but I might be nice at. I might be high pitched it. That's all I got. I thank y'all for tuning in with us. I know it's Friday, y'all out about gallivanting, doing around, but either check back with us on the Smoke Pit page, Deafula Podcast Network page on Facebook, YouTube. Stream us audio wise wherever you stream your podcast. But however you get in touch with us, man, we just thank you guys for tuning in and rocking with us, man. That's so much.
That's all I got, man. So for me, I am the homie, bred like a king, made us Kelvin Cately.
And I'm that guy, Mac, aka your boy. Thank you tuning in. 56. We're 44 episodes away from 100, people. Just think about that. We almost there. We gonna have to do for 100. We gonna have to do something big for 100.
Oh hell yeah!
I know that now. I may have to do something that make my wife upset about the money, but we gonna have to do something. Because if y'all rocking around and still following us for another 44 episodes, come on now, come on, bruh. You're gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to do something.
It's a celebration batch.
Yes. Y'all take care though, man. I don't want to take my man's catchphrase, so I have him end it with his phrase.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to episode 56 of the Smoke Pit. Till next week, have love, make sex, peace.
Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the Smoke Pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Makk and Mac, welcome to the Smoke Pit.